Hi, this is probably one of the first serious videos since the CSP videos. Um, Also, I'll probably end up looking down just because my camera's all the way up there, and I forget that it's up there because it's not my laptop one that's right here. So this is just basically going to be a recap of nationals. So I was an organizer, in case you weren't aware. Basically, I was mostly in charge of venue communication, making sure that things happened that involved the venue. I wasn't necessarily in charge with too many logistics or scheduling or really anything else. It was basically just I was in charge of streaming stuff too, but most of that was, it kind of just fell in place. I talked to Mental Block a bit, but that was about it. And like affected the floor plan and like actual at the venue things. I would like to say that it was really nice going from last year's venue to this venue. I'm certain that a lot of people thought it was probably a better venue overall and that it was better presented, especially through the banners that we had. Or I hope people like the banners, I don't know, like the ones hanging from the ceiling. It wasn't really an option for us last year, but we were able to get it this year. That was something that I helped with, so maybe I'm biased towards that. But it was a lot of work, as you would assume. And I wasn't even the organizer that did the most work. I can tell you right now that everyone that went to this competition owes a lot of gratitude to Saransh Grover, as he did so much, both the day of and at the actual and before the competition. Yeah. So, organizationally, that's all I really want to talk about. And I'm not sure I really could talk about too much more. So I'd like to talk about my events. So I'd like to clarify something. The average of my times that I received the first round was around, I think it was a 970. Not that great for me, but it is way better than the 12 something that 1203 or whatever that I got officially. Basically, I forgot to sign my scorecard on the last solve, which was a 7. Because I went to calculate it thinking it's probably not too good, but it might be PB. And I forgot to sign. So, luckily it wasn't PB and I made it to the second round. Second round was where I went to crap really, and I stopped actually performing well. I had intense nerves. Wasn't wrong. It was where my nerves were affecting me most. They put me on the streaming station for my first solve, and instantly my hands were frozen. Like, I could not warm them up no matter what, they were frozen. And I got an 11. Pretty bad considering lately at home I've been averaging like low 8s, mid 8s, high 7s, stuff like that on stack map. So I don't really, outside of nerves, I don't know what happened. I did have an 11 that was not caused by nerves. It was the last 11 I got in the average. Then I got immediately I got like an 8 and a 7 and an 8. It was funny because Michael Young actually told me in the thing, he's like, well, you can make second round if you just got 2 7s. I'm like, oh yeah, of course I could, yeah, whatever. Thinking that, oh well, I had this 11 that I just got, and, well, I didn't think I could do it, but I did it, and I made it to finals. Didn't really care about what happened in finals. During finals, I went in the mentality of, it probably won't be the podiums, which it wasn't, and just don't mess up, Well, not even don't mess up, it's like, you can mess up, or just solve the puzzle, do your solves, that's all that matters. Knowing that nobody was going to be necessarily looking towards the 13th seed. I was like the second to last guy on my, like, second furthest away from where everyone was looking, so I wasn't concerned. The cube that I used was a usual magic that has been Florian modded on the corners. A little bit, mostly internally Florian modded on the corners. A modded, which is basically a Florian mod to the core, and B mod, which, if you haven't seen Utah Cuber's videos, real name is Isaac, then you really need to, because it's an important mod. The Cubicle does it to their pro shops. It's very important. Anyway, so outside of the second round, so first round didn't really fail outside of signing the signature. Like, it was not good, but it wasn't a fail. Second round, I explained nerves. Third round, I knew after my second solve that I was dead last. I didn't think it would be as close as it was, but yeah. Wait, that's the wrong mouth. Okay. Reasons I'm not your national champion. Okay. So this is my tran-modded Volt that turns like crap. I just don't have another square one outside of this one right here. It doesn't have caps on it, which, let's put the caps on and use it instead, because honestly this puzzle's, it's a fun puzzle, but it doesn't turn well. I liked it because it was a great idea, and I practiced on it so much because I was afraid of breaking the Volt edge. But the days of the Volt V1 are over, and the days of the Ocean World Magic are numbered. Because Rasmus has been testing the Volt V2, and he said it does not get to be released until it has his approval, which means no edge breaking. And it will basically have to be like, it's basically, to my knowledge, going to be like the haze of Square One, because it's like has so much influence by Rasmus. So first solve, I had a 6-slice PBL. Well, it's 5-slice plus equator flip, because this is 5 slices flips the equator, and then use the 6-slice to fix it. It was RJ. I actually think, crap. Why do I keep doing O? Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I had this, and I believe there was no AUF or anything. Otherwise, I would have caught this. The solve is like a 9.1 DNF. So it's RJ. And the alg is 6 slices. However, instead of just doing this, I went like that. And instead of doing a U2, I did a D2. Which, let's stop the timer like this. DNF. Second solve, it was that. Okay, let's try to not be dumb. How do I get to that Yoshi? Okay, I think it works this way. Okay, sorry. I'm not good at this part. Okay, let me just pull up Squan Mate. This is kind of embarrassing, honestly. But I never have to set it up. Okay. Okay. This keeps shape. Now, it was lined up like this. You probably can't tell that well because my camera sucks. Basically, it was set up into the point where I just, if I wouldn't have CSP'd and just gone into it, I wouldn't have gotten parity. And that was the CSP case. But I mistraced. And because of that, when I was adjusting this, like this, it took forever. It just took forever for me to do it. And because of that, that took forever. I did get a case that I knew how to, a parity case that I knew for EP, but it still takes a while. And then from there, I just realized I lost place. I went up, messed up, because I was like, I'm just trying to get a good signal. Like, I mean, I know you shouldn't try to use that mentality, and it's never helped me. But at that point, I didn't care about the average at all. I knew I was out of luck. So that's basically my national experience. I met a lot of people. I was stage lead for Orange, basically. It was co-stage lead, but, well, I was supposed to be backup, but we basically just ran it as a co-stage lead thing. That being said, Corey did still do most of it because he was the main stage lead. So, like, just like most of the calling people up, I was mostly there as like a backup delegate. So, you know, I gotta meet people, I gotta see old friends. There is something though that I found out. I was told when I was at the airport through Messenger. So Jackie Zhang, second round, got an 8.3 average, and that's good for him, especially officially. And I made him a core, an A-modded core. And he said that to me in a message. I just want to make sure I'm getting it right and not like stretching what happened. Basically, he wanted to say thanks making the core. He said he wouldn't have done as well, or he probably wouldn't have done as well if it wasn't for the modded core. And to be honest, I have to agree. I'm not trying to toot my horn as like, oh, I made a good core. But it's not my mod really, first. Second, and anyone can do it. I do think that some people do the mod wrong. And I would like to make a video to make sure people don't make it wrong. Because the resource online for it is basically just a post on CF saying, do this. And it's not too helpful. This mod has basically made the Volt 100% useless. I brought it just in the strange event that like my keeps physically broke. Which was not my intention anymore. My intention was if I start locking up intensely because I have like comp nerves or something. But that didn't happen. It wasn't because I wasn't really locking up like that because of the cube, because it cuts as well as the Volt, if not better. Yeah, it cuts better than the Volt. So that's my experience. I was hoping to do better with the chance of potentially being sponsored, but I can tell you right now, not even getting 1 sub 10 at Nationals is not going to help me get sponsored by any stretch of the imagination. Especially since the best place that I got in any round, I think, was 13th. If I had signed my last salt on round 1, I would have gotten, I think, 8th place round 1, but even then, that's not good enough for a sponsorship, I think. I don't know for sure, I haven't asked, but I'd imagine that if that was, I should have definitely asked last year. I didn't though, I don't think. No, I did. I never got a response back. That's what it was. But I think I sent it to the wrong email or something, and it was way after like they stopped signing people. I think. The Nationals was a fun con. I really kind of just wanted to get this part out, like clarification why I did bad one, and why I did bad two, and why I did bad three. That being, I would like to also congratulate Ethan Rice for the 7.99 average he got. I actually had counted him out of the podium, not because I don't think he's capable of podiuming, but it's more of I didn't think he'd been in enough experiences to like this, coming in with as great of a seat as he got in the second round to be able to perform as well as he did in the final. I thought for sure the nerves would get to him, and I'm glad that they didn't, because I think that he definitely has capabilities for not, if he would just learn CSP. I'd also like to mention my plans moving on with scrolling. So scrolling is my favorite puzzle. It is really all I care about results wise, outside of keeping my PB streak. But I don't know if I'm willing to put the effort into full PBL. I'd like to. And I'm definitely going to be working on it again after, since that's just over. And I won't be computing until September 21st. My goal is by next year, at whatever major championships I go to be able to know full PBL by then. And I'm not talking about necessarily 100% algorithms for each case, more of like Samuel Fane's style. From there, I think that if possible, I'd rather learn OBL before full algorithmic PBL. I think it would definitely be more useful. And then I would like to learn full algorithmic PBL. Those are my goals. I might not stick to PBL, but I want to be competitively viable at least another year.